as amazing as Greenville, South Carolina is, it's not for everybody. If moving to our area is on your radar before the end of 2024 or sometime in 2025, then this video is for you. In this video, we are going to discuss the areas that you probably shouldn't move to and why. And at the end of the video, we're going to talk about some areas that we really haven't talked about much on the channel, so be sure to stick around to the end. As always, my friends, my name is Will Sawyer, your friend in real estate here in the upstate of South Carolina, and it's our goal with this channel that we are your #1 resource for all the things that you need to know about your relocation to the upstate. We are dedicated to providing you the most reliable, relevant, and applicable information that you need to help you in your relocation. So first up, let's talk about the east side of town. And the east side, remember, is going to be the space between Wade Hampton Boulevard and Interstate 85. It's kind of as Interstate 85 comes up just below Greenville, and you see Pelham Road cutting through on your Google map if you're trying to figure out where this is on the map. So this area is known for its reputable schools. And if you're looking for a city lifestyle, possibly where you can walk to restaurants or you can walk out of your front door and into multiple communities, and if you want to be able to bike on, say, the Swamp Rabbit Trail, this may not be the place for you. The east side is slammed full of residential communities. Many of these communities are not connected to one another, so the community that you live in is probably the community that you're going to be walking in, that you're going to be talking to people in, that you're going to be riding your bike in or doing whatever other things that you do on a daily basis in. Now, what is nice about the east side is it's kind of like this quintessential suburb where the roads that you travel on to get to your neighborhood are going to be filled with oak trees and pine trees. As far as serenity goes and beauty goes, the east side has a lot of maturity, as it was and is one of the first areas of Greenville to be developed in the 20th century. And you will have quick access to hospitals, emergency rooms, great schools, lots of grocery stores and restaurants, but they're not going to be within walking distance. It's going to be a very residential type feel, and you're not going to have that urban lifestyle if that's what you're looking for. And if you're looking for, say, a new construction home, you're more than likely not going to find it on the east side of Greenville because this is one of the more mature areas. You know, a lot of mature trees, a lot of mature neighborhoods, a lot of big residential neighborhoods. So you won't find a lot of these tract builders. You won't find a lot of new construction in general in this part of town. So second up on the list, let's talk about Simpsonville. And we've talked a ton about Simpsonville on our channel. So if you're wanting, say, convenience to the Blue Ridge Mountains, if you're wanting a larger lot with quietness at night, quietness in the mornings, or if you're just wanting peace and serenity when you get home after a long day's work, Simpsonville may not be the place for you. You know, Simpsonville is going to be one of the more developed suburbs of Greenville. Simpsonville lies just below Greenville, so access to the Blue Ridge Mountains, for instance, is going to take you at least 20 minutes longer than, say, if you lived downtown, and if you lived in Travelers Rest, probably 30 minutes longer. And another thing to note about Simpsonville is, like the east side, it's one of these kind of quintessential suburbs that has a number of reputable schools, a ton of residential communities, both new and old, both small and large. So it probably has something that you would be interested in house-wise, but area-wise, it may or may not be what you're looking for. So next up on the list, let's go north and talk about Travelers Rest and Pickens. So we've talked a lot about Travelers Rest on the channel. We've talked a little bit about Pickens, which is just west of Travelers Rest. So if you're needing to get to GSP Airport for work on, say, a weekly or monthly basis, you're not going to be close to the airport. If you're looking for a flatter landscape, so if you're from Florida and that's what you're used to, or if that's what you want, then Travelers Rest and Pickens is not going to provide that. It's going to be more undulating. It's going to be rolling. You're going to be closer to the mountains. So if you need access to, let's say, GSP, access to, say, downtown, it's not going to be that close. However, Travelers Rest will be closer than Pickens. Travelers Rest is maybe 15 minutes from downtown Greenville. Pickens, on the other hand, would be about 30. Now, in that same breath, Travelers Rest real estate is going to come with a steeper price tag because you have the convenience of, say, a small town with a very attractive main street, And you also have very quick access into Greenville if you need to get into Greenville. Now, Travelers Rest is going to offer that peace and serenity after work or early in the morning. And same thing with Pickens. Pickens is even more rural than, say, Travelers Rest is. And Pickens is going to be pretty affordable from a real estate perspective. And in the same breath, from a density perspective, Pickens is not going to be dense. You're going to get a larger lot probably, and you're not going to have to pay as much money to buy a home there as you would, say, in Travelers Rest. All right, so next up, let's go west. So we're going to go to Easley and Powdersville. So again, Highway 123 takes you into Easley from Greenville, and then 153 is what basically Powdersville is. There's no main street. It's just a pass-through. So from Easley to get to Interstate 85, you'll take 153 and you'll pass right through Powdersville. If you're wanting a urban hustle and bustle lifestyle, then you do not want to live in Easley and Powdersville. Now, Easley and Powdersville are going to have everything that you need on a weekly basis, but it's not going to have your big box stores like Trader Joe's or Sam's or Whole Foods and so on and so forth. But it will have every grocery store you need, every small to medium-sized retail store that you need, and it's going to give you a lot of access to a lot of things pretty quickly. Easley happens to be one of the closest suburbs to Greenville, and Powdersville happens to be one of the closest suburbs to Interstate 85. So my clients who live in Powdersville and who live in Easley, that's exactly what they want. They want a little bit more serenity, a little bit larger home for the same amount of money compared to what they could buy in Travelers Rest or Simpsonville. And they want a little bit more land than they would get for the same price in a place like, say, Greenville or the East Side or Simpsonville. So my clients who live in Easley and Powdersville, that's exactly what they want. They want convenience, but when they go home at night, they want it to be quiet. When they wake up in the morning, they want it to be quiet. They want a little bit slower pace of life, but to get to things, they're no more than 20 minutes away. So last but not least, let's go south of Simpsonville, which is going to be Fountain Inn, Gray Court, and Lawrence, which is a separate county than Greenville. So Greenville and Lawrence County border each other. Fountain Inn is going to be the last stop that you're going to see in Greenville County. Gray Court is the top of Lawrence County. Now, distance-wise, these are going to be some of the farthest towns away from downtown Greenville that you can get. But commute-wise, you're not going to be that far because, luckily for you, if this is where you're looking at, Interstate 385 cuts right through every single one of these towns. So we're finding that a lot of builders are acquiring land in this area. I believe last year about 2,500 homes got approved to be built in Lawrence County. Historically, Lawrence County has been a small place. The city of Lawrence has been a very small place. But now, as things come out of Greenville, come out of Simpsonville, and are percolating into Lawrence County, this part of the state is going to grow a lot in the next 5 to 15 years. So if you're wanting to be in the path of progress, this would be the place to be. However, if you're wanting a really quick commute to, say, downtown Greenville or your big box stores or the movie theater, this may not be the place that you want to buy. So I hope that information was helpful, and if you are thinking about moving to the Greenville area before the end of the year or in 2025, hopefully you have some more information on places to avoid and hopefully places that you'll start to consider if you previously haven't been. As always, my name is Will Sawyer, and if you are thinking about relocating to Greenville, I would love to help you with that process. Please do me a favor, call me at my cell phone number below or email me at my email below. I would love to chat with you about what your relocation to our area could look like in the coming months. Thanks so much. Well, this video is going to be about Greenville County, the upstate of South Carolina. Great thing to do in Easley in the evening. I'm a local real estate expert here in the area. All the time, we're right behind me is a really cool place called Freight Yard.